Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a new Buildfarm cluster in your AWS account using Buildfarm Manager. First, visit Buildfarm Manager on GitHub, click on SRC, Main, and Resources, and go ahead and open BFMGR AWS CloudFormation file. You can then select the contents of this file and go ahead and copy them to your clipboard, and then visit your AWS Management Console. Once you're logged in, you can go to Services, CloudFormation, and create a new stack. Once you're here, you can go ahead and select the Create Template in Designer radio button. Click on Create Template in Designer. Then click on Template here and paste the contents of your clipboard here. You can then verify that the template is valid by hitting refresh. You'll see the mapping of all the resources that will be created. You can then go ahead and click this checkbox to validate your template. And it will tell you the template is valid here. Then click on the cloud to upload this template. Select Next. Then you can enter a stack name. I'll name it Buildfarm. Here you can create an optional asset tag name. Some companies may require you to specify a predetermined tag name in order to be able to create any resources in your AWS account. You'll need to select a key name, which would be your SSH key name that you should have created, and provide a release number. Currently, the release number for the latest release number for Buildfarm Manager is 1.0.7, so I'll enter it here. And then you can select a security group. I only have one, so I'll go ahead and select it here. And subnet ID, we'll go ahead and select this one here. Click Next. You can leave everything here as defaults. Hit Next. And this will be your overview screen. You'll need to hit this checkbox because it will create a new security role. Click on Create Stack. And it will take a couple minutes to create all the resources for Buildfarm Manager. It will take about 3 minutes or so for CloudFormation to finish creating all the resources. And once it's done, you'll be able to see in your events that all the resources have been created. So go ahead and click on Resources. And you'll also be able to see that we have created 3 separate resources: a role, an instance profile, and an EC2 instance. Go ahead and click on the physical ID URL on the BFMGR EC2, which will open a new page with your instance details. You'll then be able to see that your instance is now running and it has its own IP address here. Go ahead and copy this IP address to your clipboard, open up a new page, paste the IP address in, and you'll be taken to the dashboard of your Buildfarm Manager running in your AWS account. To create a new Buildfarm cluster in AWS using Buildfarm Manager, go ahead and click Create on your newly created Buildfarm Manager deployment. You can give your cluster a new name. We'll leave it as Test. Select the subnet, security group. You can select internet-facing or internal for your load balancer type. Select your SSH key. You can select an AMI. The default is just Ubuntu 18.04. You can provide your own. And you can leave the rest of the parameters as defaults, which will launch a new Buildfarm cluster using the latest nightly build. Click Create. And it will take about 5 minutes or so for the CloudFormation stack to create all the necessary resources for the Buildfarm cluster. You can go back to your CloudFormation page, hit refresh, and you can keep track of everything that's being created in your Events tab. As you can see, in this case, it took about 3.5 minutes for all the resource creations to be completed. You can go ahead and click Resources and see everything that has been created using this CloudFormation template. We now have one worker and one server, along with a new Elasticache Redis cluster, plus the load balancer and an auto-scaling group for the worker and the server. We can now go back to our Buildfarm Manager screen and refresh, and you'll now have your gRPC endpoint for your new Buildfarm. And that's how we create the new Buildfarm cluster in AWS using Buildfarm Manager. Thanks for watching.